Well then, a little bit of a devastating day as such. But I thought I'd do a match review. It's Talking Wolves. We normally do the match reviews. And I thought, although we've lost, I don't want to sort of go away from the fact that we've lost. Because I still want to give my thoughts. Still want to give my reaction to the game. And of course, for Wolves to get to the FA Cup semi-final is a fantastic achievement. I'm really, really proud of Wolves this season. The overall season has been unbelievable, fantastic. Today wasn't just about the football, it was about the day out. Spending it with our loved ones, our old men, our dads and so on. And creating memories, going out for drinks with the people that you used to go out for drinks with when we were, or whether you're a bit older when you were in the Division 4 days. Or whether, when we were in League One, you're drinking with the same people. It was a massive memories. But, in terms of the football, I thought Watford started off a little bit brighter than Wolves. Of course, we had that attack sort of first 20 seconds or so. Johnny Otto had the chance. I thought Watford started off a little bit brighter, had the front foot for the majority of the first half. And then our goal came, sort of against the run of play, really. Short corner again. I know a lot of people were moaning about that short corner. A couple of guys behind me saying, what's this? But it worked perfectly, exactly how Wolves wanted it to. Matt Doherty scoring another goal in the FA Cup. And I think that was almost the perfect time for Wolves to score the goal at the time, right on half-time. Give us that big boost going into towards the second half. But yeah, first half-wise, we did okay. I think we know Wolves this season start off quite slow. Watford had a couple of chances. One that was fantastically blocked by Cody. But yeah, I think for us to get that goal was fantastic. And then second half, we looked a lot more comfortable, creating chances. I think Watford had to push to try and get something out of the game. And they were playing really, really high. And I think we should have taken advantage of that a little bit more. But a really good goal, really well-worked goal in the end by Jimenez. Obviously, got the mask out, which, has had some stuff after the game, which you could talk about shortly. But really well-worked goal. Great to see Jimenez scoring more goals, especially since, his first game since signing the permanent deal. And then it all went a bit pear-shaped, didn't it? I think we sat far too deep. For a team that had 2-0 up, Watford had to come out to us. They had to push. And I think if we just carried on playing how we were, it would have been so crucial for us to get a third goal. And obviously we didn't. We were sitting back too much. I think Cody was a little bit too deep for my liking, to be honest. Then made the swap of, obviously, Bennett coming off the Sace just after Deulofeu had scored. By the way, a fantastic finish. Surprised he started on the bench, to be honest, but he's such a good player to bring off the bench. Gerard Deulofeu, great finish. And obviously made a couple of changes. Neves off for Bennett, which, I don't know, man. I thought Neves was okay, and I don't think we needed to disrupt that middle three, to be honest. And brought Sace into it for Bennett. I could sort of understand, obviously, bringing one of the players off that's on the booking, but why not a straight swap? And I think in the end, not that cost us at all, because, if we conceded a goal from open play, then maybe. But it's the fact that, unfortunately, we've conceded a penalty with one of the last kicks of the game. Which is, I just looked up to the sky and thought, how has this happened? 2-0 up with, 5-10 minutes to go. FA Cup semi-final, one of the biggest games in the club's recent history, and we managed to do that. Obviously went to VAR, penalty was given in the end, well taken by Troy Deeney. And then I think from then on, really, it was going to be very, very difficult for us to get anything from the game. Our heads would have been down. The atmosphere was flat after that, to be honest. As soon as we conceded that first goal, Watford were on a high. And then the second half, I just don't think we suit a 3-4-3 anymore, or the 5-2-3 with the two wingers. I just don't think it suits us anymore. Jota and Jimenez were fantastic today, driving forward again. And as soon as Jota was withdrawn, which I don't really see any issues with long term, but it didn't really make much sense when he did it, because I thought Jota was our best player. I do, and it's a shame that Nuno withdrew him for Cavaleiro, which I could sort of understand, just to add a bit of energy for the last minute or so in a hope for us to get a counter-attack. But the fact that it went to extra time in the end, and Jota missing was a big part of it. Deulofeu obviously scored, and we just didn't create enough. We sat really deep, we didn't attack enough, and I just don't think the way that 3-4-3 didn't help us in extra time, I don't think. Overall, though, we played well, but it is disappointing for us to concede those, to lose from being 2 goals up. Thought really, I mean, they had 3 shots on target and they all went in. But everything else, distribution, I thought was okay. He dealt with crosses well. And I don't think he could do anything. Maybe the 3rd goal could have done slightly better, but the other 2 goals, you couldn't. One was a penalty and one was a sublime finish. The back three, I thought Willy Bolly had a good game. I thought he looked fairly solid. Cody, again, wasn't too bad, but I just think the back line as a whole was too deep, and that's what cost us, to be honest. Other players that stood out, Jimenez and Jota, I think, really did well, drove the team forward again. Jota's players were bouncing off him. He's such a good player, isn't he? But I don't know what else could be said, really. It is devastating. But as I say, you look at the bigger picture, Wolves have had a fantastic season. If anyone said to me at the start of the season, would you take an FA Cup semi-final? Of course I would have done. So it's a shame to go to Wembley. You know, if that was at Old Trafford, Villa Park or whatever for the semi-final, I don't think it would have been, you know, wouldn't have cut so deep, I suppose. But the fact that you've gone all the way to Wembley, it's a long day as it is, and for us to chuck it away like we did is a little bit frustrating. But we've got to make sure now we don't let this affect our league form. We really have to still remain strong in the league. Got to go for that 7th place finish. And we're going to start again at Southampton this weekend. Apologies for a little bit long-winded review. You can tell I'm very tired. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the day, other than the match. You know, before and after, hopefully you enjoyed it. But make sure you hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll see you all very soon.